those. That would be my dog. Okay. Howdy friends, we are about to dive into the last episode of One Punch Man. I really did think we had 2 more episodes left, but apparently we do not. We actually just have 1 episode left, so obviously what I said last time was wrong. But I was like, okay, I've already got 11 out of 12 episodes recorded, might as well get that 12th one recorded sooner than later, because that means I can get ahead on Assassination Classroom, which is, again, the next anime on our anime list in terms of series. So, Anime Thursday, it moved from me just doing some anime, like even a series, to even doing, even for a while, My Hero Academia was Anime Thursday, but then I realized I kind of wanted to do another anime, kind of like these one-season offshoots. And so Anime Thursday really became, and still will hopefully continue to be for as long as possible, just me focusing on series that really just have one season, or whether it's a 13 episodes season or a series that has an A and a B portion of the season. So that's what Anime Thursday is meant to focus on. And then there's going to be another segment where I get to focus on a series. Usually. Now, I know after Your Lie in April, I will be doing Violet Evergarden. I don't know if it's more than one season. I think it's just one season. So, and I have some other anime. Some are music, some are comedy. I don't know if I have any dramas. Try to not do as many dramas just because I want something that's going to be a lot of fun and excitement. The Assassination Classroom obviously is going to be probably filled with a lot of fun and excitement. And there, but for consistency, I will be actually keeping. So I did One Punch on Wednesday because One Punch Wednesdays, kind of fits with that. However, just for consistency reasons, I'm going to keep Assassination Classroom on Wednesdays, even though it doesn't really rhyme with anything. Just again, that way you're not like, oh, okay, when One Punch Wednesday is over and One Punch Man is over, Wednesdays, there'll still be an anime coming out. I won't have to expect it earlier in the week or later in the week. Just again, for consistency reasons, I'll keep it there. Maybe moving forward, if there's another anime, I might shift it. But also at the time, with Supergirl mainly coming out on Tuesdays if I want it to, as well as Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and, Stargirl was coming on midweek. It was nice to have, Stargirl coming out on Thursdays, usually, hopefully. And then it was, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. coming out on Fridays. It was something in the middle. I don't know. The point is, we're going to keep Assassination Classroom on Wednesdays. Of course, Your Lie in April is going to continue on Thursdays into the September. And then, obviously, when September picks up, we'll be in Assassination Classroom by then. Now we've gotten some administrative work out of the way. And this series has been a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I am really intrigued by Garo and his story plot. I just wasn't quite sure what to take of this season. It was really weird. It kind of focused on Garo, but then it's sort of this kind of like Monster Association really kind of surprised us. When Blizzard went to confront Saitama and they mentioned monsters in the area, or maybe it was just heroes, actually. I thought because it was the big hall, I was like, oh, they're funny, haha, they're talking about Saitama. And they actually were in that case, but we did learn that the monsters, these big, horrible, really villainous, like deeply evil monsters. And all of them pretty much are evil across the board. But some are kind of like, yeah, whatever, you're like, I can squish you. But some are like major baddies. And so we get to see them kind of just really organized. I think what's interesting is that with My Hero Academia, usually, so we had the Villains Association, and so with the villains, League of Villains, with the villains, they're people who pretty much, their choices led them to where they are, and their feeling of outsiderness or whatever kind of led them to, which is not an excuse, but it led them to a life of crime and evil. Whereas the monsters are just inherently evil. Now, Garo was saying, but they just want to protect the Earth, but they want to do this, but they want to do that. Except you see with a lot of people, like, you have people who are, like, environmentalists, and they think the way to environmentalists is really to limit the population. You don't kill people for the sake of a freaking plant. Like, they're not equal each other. A person is of infinite more worth than a plant. But they kind of run on I guess a lot of them, because they're so extreme in their desires and stuff, a lot of them are the extremes of that, almost that logic and that thought and that belief taken to the logical conclusion of, well, if we want to save the planet and the people are causing the planet to be harmed, we must kill people. We must stop people. It's not how it should work. So, and if they say, if they're polluting the sea and the people are causing the sea, we should kill the people. So the monsters are really, I never really thought of it this way, but I really like it. But this really just popped in my head. But I like how I just realized a lot of these monsters really are, again, represent so many beliefs and ideals, or not even ideals, sometimes just worldviews or thoughts that are just taken to their logical conclusion, which because they value this thing over a people or this over that they're basically full-blown just murderers. And you'll meet people like that are okay with, like, killing somebody for a thing, for the sake of comfort or whatever stupidity like that. Whereas the heroes, what you would hope would make a great hero is that they put the value of life first, of the people first. And so, yes, some of them are just want it for the glory, some of them just want it for an experiment. And you'll meet those people who are in law enforcement or the military that, they just want a job, they just want it for to help pay for school. Maybe they just, want someone to take care of them, or even if it means they have to put a lot of work into it. Or maybe they just like the idea of being in war or whatever. There are people who have bad motivations and good motivations that kind of, eventually get into the same running. You're going to have, where there's people problems. But the point is, you see that with the heroes. You see people who they're doing the same thing, but they have bad motivations. And you see people who are doing the right thing, also doing the right thing, but they have good motivations. Their motivation is to help people, to put them first. Moomin Rider, I think, for a lot of us, is the purest embodiment of a hero. Of course, he doesn't have the strength, he doesn't have the abilities, and you'll meet people like that. They have the heart, they have the soul, but they just don't have the talent. And you'll meet people like that. But they keep striving, they keep pushing, they keep trying to be the best they can be in their whatever level they're at. And even if they're not the top people ever, those people really do inspire those around them. I think it's very clear that, and you even see that with some of the S levels, like the tank top, when he grabbed Moomin Rider's hand, you'll see there's some S classes that really don't look down on the other levels. And there, of course, there are S classes that do. They just view them in the way. So, I don't know. I'm just blathering on. But it has been really fun. Something just popped in my head right now. But it has been super fun to see, even though at the start it just seemed like the villains, the monsters aren't as three-dimensional as the villains. In some cases, they're not. Some cases, they're just, crab people or car creatures. And you're just hearing, idiot. And you'll have those dumb villains. But it's just interesting to think about, actually, that what a lot of these monsters represent. And I think that's kind of fun. A lot of times when you watch monsters, whether it was via Buffy or maybe another show, or even with Smallville with their Freak of the Week, a lot of times these villains, these monsters, are metaphor for something. And I just realized a lot of these monsters are. But then you've got this guy who's been inundated and just weighed down with all of this societal stuff, that he kind of in a strange, physically as well as mentally, breaks free in a way. He's I'm just going to stop it. I'm going to just end the bad, end the evil with one punch. And he's frustrated to a degree in a physical sense. But what was funny last episode is we did get to see, because he wins so easily, is a sore loser, especially with video games. And so because he hasn't, except for those brief moments early on, before he got super powerful, he hasn't really experienced loss. So he hasn't been able to grow, which I think is his way of growing. And it's funny how King's like kind of poking at him a little bit via video games. Because with video games, he even told him, like, you're just picking one button, you're doing one move. Because so Tom's kind of as well as he has. So, whereas King, because I don't know, that seemed like there was more layers to it than I thought. Sometimes scenes just come across, and that's what I love about this anime. Sometimes scenes come across as so one-dimensional, but then the more you watch it and think about it, the more you realize, oh, there's freaking layers there, like a parfait, man. Or an onion, whichever you prefer. But I've blathered on long enough. We've got an episode to get to. So, of course, without further ado, let's dive in. Now, again, if you're watching on YouTube, again, I've said this before, I've ripped a page out of Tia-Boo's book. So the YouTube version is a heavily edited version, no sound, partial visual, but there's a link to a version below on Bushu, which is free. And you can, like, click on that if you can. But if you're not able to get access to that website because of maybe the country you're in or for whatever reason, again, you can follow along if you want. There's a countdown timer. You can't miss it. But if you don't want to, for the most part, you can see what the words are. You can see the subtitles. So you can kind of have a vague idea of where I am in the episode. Let's dive in. So what I liked about Garo a lot, oh my gosh! But what I like about Garo a lot is how he adapts so well, which is usually the making of a master martial artist. Is be able to master, adapt that ability. Yes, because he's mastered that. And that's kind of, I guess, in some ways that's true. I guess that also what is a bit of a downside with Garo is that if he, even though he gets his butt kicked, is that he's a jack of all trades, but a master of none. So he hasn't stuck long enough to a form to master it, versus, also you've got decades of experience on them. He's trying to knock him out. He knows it's the only way. But he's in a monstrous place right now. Ooh, that's really nicely illustrated of the, oh, I forgot the other masters there. Ew, I know, monster blood. Ew, look at it in monster guts. That's intense. Oh, the wiping the disciple's butt, which is a hilarious title. I hope Genos notices that guy and takes him out. Which would be a shame. Strangely pretty for a monster. He's got two masters against him. Masters. Class S, and a master martial artist that probably could be. Class of 6 years. How old are these guys? Water and wind. Interesting. No. It's not gonna happen. He's gonna get his butt wiped. They're trying to knock him out. And maybe he's a little ticked off about Chiranko. Untitled Heroes Automatic. I guess it is in some way. They're all fuzzy in his memory. Not all popular kids are jerks, but there are some. Everyone's just a shapeless shadow. He is so empathetic to them. It's true. Interesting the edges of this, like, for his memory. The color schemes they used. But I figured he was going to do something jerkish like this. And he was just... Oh, in the face! I can see why he retaliated. The jerkwad kicked him in the face. Of course, he's gonna cheat. What did he do? We haven't seen what he did yet. So now he's given up. And here's the guys, little guys. Okay, there it is. There's his worldview right there at the center of who he is. I think he's on the verge of being a monster right here. Oh, gosh! I saw that coming. You know, I've always wondered, like, every time we see movies where a bird creature grabs somebody, they don't get stabbed. Oh my gosh. I mean, he did hit him, but I don't think it's going to do anything. Oh, I totally forgot about that creature. That thing's just underneath the freaking earth. Gosh. Oh, that was impressive. He did a freaking split and spun. I got these three are crazy powerful. Gotta get in the face right there, that face. I do appreciate the 3D quality of him because he's just so big in his movements. You know, I also expected the... Gosh, the back of his claws are in his back. I know I was expecting the wiping the butt to be for Garo, but it could also be in some ways, yeah, I've noticed that he hasn't killed anyone yet. Anyway, I'm also curious to see if that disciple is going to be... Yeah, he doesn't like them. Yeah, he doesn't like being messed with. But I'm more curious if Genos will be also that disciple. And I'm guessing she's occupied with something else. Who they kind of have. Who he really isn't. Where is Blast? We don't. I told him we haven't seen him at all this season. We might not ever get to see him. I am curious. Tori must be just like running around, just handling things on a very just running around, squishing things with her mind. There you go. Ugh. Nice. They're still gonna fight like crazy. But you also have Bang there, or Bomb. And you can't underestimate him being there as well. Amazing. That's so amazing! It is an amazing move. It was. But also, Garo's information is only on the basis of known villains. I mean, known heroes. Bomb's an unknown variable. Ooh. He's weakened. Oh my gosh. That's so... Oh my gosh, that's amazing. It's just... Oh! Now I get the faces. Oh, wow. That was impressive. I didn't see that coming. Now I get with the multiple faces. See, he's a good representation of Class S. He's right. Think, buddy, think. But what is he gonna do to it? You've got to destroy it from the inside out. All they did was break the shell and make a molt. It's where the cannons won't work. So he's gotta go... No, he shoot it off. You've gotta blow it from the inside out. Come on, Saitama, buddy. Wasn't he say he was gonna go check on Genos? Oh, there we go, in the eyes. But you still have those other eyes. Oh, his foot. Oh, I didn't see that before. Cut him in half, didn't he? Buddy, you are being rash. Oh my gosh, upgrade! There are so many twists this episode. I wasn't expecting it. Super Sentai there. Yes! He's got to destroy him from the inside out, so you squishy bits. That's disgusting. See, inside, squishy bits. Good boy. So he must have aimed it down. He's gonna throw up. Oh, well, spit him out. Still lost a freaking foot. Oh gosh, the way he landed. Jeez. Ooh, the quiet. Oh my gosh. Tell me he did not heal. You didn't make him more powerful, did he? Shoot. I get it now. I can see why he's so intimidating. He's in his skin. Just, yeah. Alright, Saitama, honey. Where are you, buddy? Come on, come punch somebody in the face. There are many more like this monster. You just aren't strong enough, buddy. You can't handle it alone, or in general. That thing is nasty. That is... Oh my gosh. Is he... What is he about to do? Is he carrying all those other heroes? That's King there. King, come on, buddy. Wave from the citizens. He's not. He's luring him for Saitama. He's doing good. Hold on, buddy. Hold on, King. He's delivering those insults, though. Poor King. He's scared out of his flaming mind. Saitama! Still upholding King's reputation! Oh, but also at the same time, only King would be allowed to get that information. They wouldn't have given it to Saitama. Oh my gosh! That's so amazing. Literally into ashes. Oh, poor King. King gives his reputation. Saitama gets to destroy a really awesome monster. Of course, those guys already knew about Saitama's power. Oh, I missed that. Because he was here. After getting his butt kicked from the game, going back to fight real monsters. Yeah, he was. He's such a sore loser. King, honey, stop. But he's limited. Symbol of strength right there. There's still more to come, right? Look at that light in the massacred body of monster. Want to head home? Oh! Well, yeah, it's true. We didn't get the intro before. That's unexpected. What? That's how it ends? I wonder why people are so, like, itching for next season. It really was. We gotta get next season. This is ridiculous. You can't just leave it like that. There's so much more. Don't tell me they try to wrap it up in the ovas. That last move was really sweet, though, because King keeps his reputation. Saitama gets to beat a monster. But they kind of did need King because Tsunechiro wouldn't react to Saitama. It would only be lured in by King and his voice. And King would be the only one to get that information from the Hero Association. They would have given it to Saitama. So, and also at the same time, Saitama doesn't care about whether or not he has his great reputation or not. He just likes destroying monsters. He doesn't care. And then the season ends. Oh, that's frustrating. He is asleep. Guy's drained. We gotta get next season, people. We can't not. That's ridiculous. Well, that is most certainly a cliffhanger of a season finale. Wow. I was not expecting that. I mean, I kind of was. I was like, there's only one episode left. There's no way we're not getting a cliffhanger. I didn't expect to be that much of a cliffhanger. I thought we would at least get, I don't know, more than that. I really thought Gara would be, defeated. Knocked out, not killed really, but knocked out. I still have hope for Garo because again, he hasn't killed anyone. Every time he defeats them, he just knocks them out. But he's also because even though he's not a master of much, but he's jack of all trades. But he's an excellent martial artist, which means he knows how to pull his punches and go all out. He knows what'll kill and what'll not. And so he did beat them to unconsciousness, but never to death. He's never, I don't think, not even the tank tops, like any of them. He didn't kill any of them. He just really badly knocked them out, which could lead to death, but even then, none of them have. So again, there's still, even though he's kind of monstrified a little bit, there's still this line that he hasn't quite crossed yet. Even though he says, this is his worldview, by the way, we got in that statement, there's no good and evil. Now we can understand a little bit why he does what he does, why he believes what he believes. At the same time, he's not quite living like that because he does, maybe he's also reached this point where he no longer believes that now, but at the same time, if he does believe there is an injustice and an unfairness, which means to a little bit farther, then he believes there's good and evil. Because if something's unjust, well, that's evil. Evil's being lived out. So, again, there's not quite, what most, unsurprisingly, his worldview doesn't quite match up to reality or how he acts. But at the same time, he also has just reached this moment. So, he also might just suddenly, have decided that in that moment. That could have been just his sudden decision. Which means for him, it doesn't matter what you do. But I think he just really means that in desperation. Don't tell me what happens in the manga. I don't want to know. But I really do think, my hope is that he won't cross that line. That there will be something in his humanity left that will pull him back. I think it would all have to do with kids, or maybe even just meaning Saitama in a strange way really affects villains in a very interesting way. And monsters in an interesting way. The House of Evolution being one of them, I suppose. And that's a loose string because they're living in the city, or one of the cities. What a strange anime. I don't know how to get around it. I want another season. I can't even now begin to understand the frustration some of you all have had since you watched it when it first came out, like my brother did. That's frustrating. So you would have to read the manga for you to be able to get the ending of that story. Wow. I gotta watch the OVAs. I don't know if I'll react to the OVAs, but I do want to watch them. I do want to watch them. But, I don't know. It's a great anime. I really enjoyed it. At first glance, it comes across as just intense violence, light satire, lots of action, a main hero, all that. But like any good show, especially any good anime, once you start watching, you'll begin to realize there are other layers to it. It is nice though to kind of get pulled back a little bit. With some of these slice of life animes, it is good to get back into a bit of reality. Yola and April probably, though I suspect it's going to end on a sad note, at least it's based in reality. Sometimes you just need that reset. That'll be interesting though when watching Assassination Classroom and Violet Evergarden at the same time, because I think they both at least from they definitely both have a slight fantasy element to it, at least from the outside, or at least a sci-fi element to it. So. But I'm excited to dive into Assassination Classroom. I heard it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to have some really great funny moments. Going to have some really cool action. And, and like any good anime, it's sad when it's over. Any good show, it's sad when it's over. Isn't that the truth, though? The good shows get end too soon, and the bad shows just keep going. Jeez. Anyway, thank you so much for writing One Punch Out Wednesday out with me, writing this right out. It has been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for a lot of you who have been watching my anime reactions. I know, yeah, I get quite a few views. Views have been picking up on some of my live action shows, but it's really a lot of my views, and I suspect a lot of my subscribers are really because of you anime watchers, which has been really great. It would be nice for the the views to be a little higher compared to the subscriptions, but I have greatly appreciated, and of course, as long as I stay consistent, it takes time to grow a channel. Not everyone can go viral, which I'm more than fine with. The idea of being a huge channel just seems so frightening to me, because the bigger you are, the more attention you get. Not always a good thing. Thank you so much for watching. Again, hopefully you'll stick it out with me and you'll come over and we'll watch Assassination Classroom together. Again, if you haven't watched Assassination Classroom, go watch it now, I guess. I don't know. I asked my brother which one I should watch because I think he watched Assassination Classroom. So usually when it comes to more of the series, I ask him because usually I trust his taste in anime. But yeah, I've really been enjoying this. And of course, again, I guess I can't help but just recommend Tiabu. He watches way more anime than I ever will in my life. He's an anime, I think, only channel, it seems. But he does, he even has his own anime version of Retro React, which is really cool. He's been doing for a while, which I think is just the coolest. And he's fun to watch. Definitely check out his Dumbo non Kilomotero reactions. They are so funny. He's also reacted to Laid Back Camp, which is the comfiest of comfs ever. I know he watched Dohedoro? Oh my gosh, I'm not saying that right. But I know he watched that, which is, I watched his reactions. I didn't watch the anime, but I watched his reactions. That is a very anime. I'll never get another one. But Dorohedoro. There we go. That is it. So I know he's reacted to that, and he's also reacted to a bunch of cool stuff. Go check him out. He's pretty awesome. He's probably, if you've heard of it, he's probably reacted to it, and if he hasn't, he'll get to it. Trust him. Anyway, that's my plug-in for him. Thank you so much for watching again. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, share with your enemies. Maybe someday I'll get a shirt that says that. And I'll see you next time.